The following program is classified PG. It is not suitable for viewing by persons under 15 years of age.
Right, welcome to Barry's Garage. Today we have the MG ZST, the mid-size MG saloon, which has been selling extremely well, extremely popular. This is the 1.3 turbocharged engine. I think it should be called the Black Badge Edition because they've got the blacked out grille, the blacked out mirrors, the side panels are blacked out, and it's got 17-inch diamond cut wheels. They really have given you every extra on this, a 10-inch tablet inside, remarkable vehicle for the money. Let's have a good look around inside. Right, this is the 1.3 twin-cam fuel-injected turbocharged motor. The engine compartment's nicely finished, all the finishing surfaces are well done. Everything is easy to get at, the battery, every item you want to service is nice and easy to get at, and there's plenty of room around the engine. And you don't find that on a lot of cars, and you can spend a lot of money for a mechanic to take everything apart to get at it. This one looks like it's easy to get at and easy to service. Okay. First off, all the dashboard's nicely padded. It's nice soft slush moulding they call it. Air vents are very nice across the front. And if you look at the air vents here, the ones on the side that have an Audi hint about them, beautiful, smooth, they don't feel plasticky or cheap in any way. The steering wheel is a nice thickness. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. You've got easy control over all the radio buttons and the screen control for all the different functions that the screen gives you. It's a nice flat bottom steering wheel. All the gear lever and everything is easy to reach. And one thing I love is the rear view mirror isn't electronic. It's just an old flip on a switch one. That means if someone's following behind you and you don't want to see them, you can just get rid of them. It doesn't have to be nighttime. The control for the radio, I won't go over all this because this would keep a 12-year-old happy for a week. There's enough gadgets and enough things in to keep everyone happy. But all the basic controls, the radio, the navigation, the AC, air conditioning, heated seats, all come up easy to display on the screen, no trouble at all. And when you're driving, you don't have to worry about going into the screen because you simply go into the various little buttons underneath which turn off the windscreen wipers and your wind temperature for the air conditioning. It's all there as a simple button while you're driving back to home, back for your music, your entertainment. You can scroll across when you're parked, you can play videos, look at your photographs on your phone, all sorts of things there. All your controls behind are relatively normal. Washer on one side, wipers and lights and everything are all over here, wipers on that side. And the stalk down the bottom gives you all the MG pilot commands, lane assist, it's got, which I absolutely love, is radar guided cruise control. So you can, if there's traffic, you just sit in behind it and the car will slow down accordingly. And when the traffic opens up, the speed picks up. 360-degree camera on the screen, as I've said. So it gives you 360-degree view right around the camera, around the car. The cameras are individually changeable, so if you think you're a bit close on the left hand side, you can just get the left hand camera. If you want to know what's behind you, you can look behind you. It's a good safety thing and it's easy to use, and I like it. It's very simple but very, very well laid out. Everything works nicely. It does have down here, I believe, something called hill descent. Can't see that being a popular device getting used in a 1.3 turbo, but hey, if you use it, let me know. Right, let's have a look in the back seats. Room in the back, perfectly adequate. Plenty of room here for my legs. I'm quite comfortable. And what always amazes me with modern designs, I think some of the styling people get a bit carried away and they don't give you enough headroom. In the MG, you've got plenty of headroom, and this is the model with the sunroof, so you get plenty of light and good view all round. The windows are nice height, so people in the back can look out and enjoy the view. But it always amazes me, you get into some cars and the stylist has got the roof down. Here, nice, plenty of room all round. No air vents in the console in the middle, but the air conditioning seems to circulate pretty well anyway. two USB ports at the back. Okay, so let's go out for a drive on some of my favourite bits of road. And the first thing you notice is that with this car, it's beautiful inside. It's nice and light and bright. It's a nice place to be. I was out in an F-Pace Jaguar the other day. Lovely car, terrific performance, but it had the black hood lining, made it very dark inside, and very low at the back, made it quite difficult to see. With the MG, out the back, the visibility is very good. You can see where you're going and see where, if you're backing up, you can see the road perfectly. And this is a lovely bit of country road we've got down here for the MG, and it just loves it. It's still at home on the old country roads. The pickup's beautiful. As I said, it's the 1.3 turbo, which is a big improvement on the 1 litre. Good motor as it was. This has got a bit more life to it. Good turn in. Steering's a bit light for a performance type car, which this isn't. You'd say it's a bit light, but for doing the shopping, and normally it's beautiful. For out on roads like this, it's got a dynamic mode, could be a little bit heavier. Got to be a little bit careful around here because we've got the horse stables down here and we've got people out riding on a beautiful day. So we just watch the road here. The other thing, of course, is it's got the full sunroof with electric blind, opens right out, and you can really get the sunshine in and have that sports car feeling. Right. No horses around. And I tell you what, this motor has a lovely little growl to it. The 3-cylinder engines are really good at mechanical friction. Because there's only 3 cylinders, you've got less mechanical friction, the pickup's better. Sometimes the idle can be a bit rough with 3-cylinder engines, but MG have got this one perfect. It runs very nice, and it certainly gets a move on when you when you're not watching. And of course, being the SUV, you're a bit higher, so you can see over the rises in the road very well. And yes, it gets a move on when it wants to. It's not Bentley Bentayga, it's not pretending to be, but it's a good wagon. We've got big compression drop here. We'll see how it takes it when it gets to the bottom. Yes, it did that very nicely. Another one. What I like about the suspension is it's set up just a little bit soft. You find a lot of the new cars, they're oversprung, they're too heavy. Gets a bit narrow. They're too heavily sprung, and it just ruins the ride for day-to-day driving, which is what these SUV type vehicles are used for. They're not going to be put on a track day car, so you can set them up a little bit softer, like this one is. It's well damped, so it rides extremely well. The turn-in's good. The brakes on this one are beautiful. They work perfectly. They're not too light, not too heavy. I've had no fade from them on all the trips. This is working fine. The traction control and all the other electronics are leaving me alone to do what I want to do. And away we go. It's just a very nice car to drive. The seating's good, the steering's good. You've got the flat bottom steering wheel, which gives you a little bit of room if you're a fuller figure. Excuse me while I just enjoy this bit of country road, which is what you should do in an MG. They are a fun vehicle, and this car certainly hasn't lost that MG magic fun factor. This instrumentation is quite good. One thing I would like in this that I haven't got is paddles. Obviously, to keep the price under control, MG haven't given you things that you don't need or things you don't use very often. But I think for an engine like this, which is a smaller size, the paddles would have been useful. I've come up to hills where you've wanted to change down a couple of gears before you get to it. You can do that, you know, through the automatic transmission, the 6-speed automatic transmission. You can just pull it down through the gears, or put your foot down and it takes off perfectly fine. But to have the possibility of being the availability of paddles so you could just change down before you get to the hill would be quite helpful. There's a few other little things you don't get, like the armrest in the back, but once again, that's one of those things, how often do you use it? Right, the other little technological trick that this car's got in it that I find very useful is that when you come down to a slow place and you want to turn around and you indicate, the screen, which is nice and clear, shows you the curve, shows you where the footpath is, all the corners, because you've got that 3D view. You can see where you're backing up. In fact, you don't even have to look, you can just look at the screen. So, in summary, great value for money. Really, really good value for money. You get the sunroof, the painted calipers, the metallic paint, you know, air conditioning, the big screen. You get everything you could possibly want. Push button start. It's great to drive. It's a nice car to be in. It's economical. It's got that 5 or 7 year warranty. It's terrific for the money. It's a great buy. Would recommend it. So if you've enjoyed the video, do tick yes, do subscribe. More videos coming along very soon.